everyone, and welcome to episode 46 of My Mom Sandy. We are your hosts. I am Josh Fasten, and the woman next to me has started to become really annoying. This is My Mom Sandy.
Impossible. Hello, everybody. By the way, why don't we just change the name to My Mom the Bitch? Is that better?
No, I don't think you're a bitch.
Oh.
I just think you're annoying.
Okay, My Mom Sandy, the annoying one.
My annoying mom.
My annoying mom. There you go.
What was the My Mad Life? My
Mental Mess. By Maxine.
Is that her podcast?
That's how she found us. I don't know if she still listens to it or not, but I did talk to Maxine.
But she doesn't listen to us anymore. She came in for one episode and
she
was
hasn't
done.
listened for a while. She might listen again. Maybe if we put her name in the title this week, we could just call it the Maxine episode.
The My Mental Maxine.
Yeah.
My mom's friend Maxine.
There you go. My mom's friend Maxine.
Easy. Done.
That's done.
Maxine, you're in.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm annoying lately. I think it's just that you're antsy about getting out of here.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, I know. I ask you questions that I obviously know the answers to.
See, we didn't say that yet. But so you ask me a lot of questions that you clearly know the answers.
I know.
Or you do the thing where you go, like I'll be on my phone.
So now I feel like I just can't I'm the same way with Samantha. Like, part of who I am is I ask questions.
Should we call her and see if it annoys?
No, but I'll tell you, in the morning she doesn't want to be talked to, so I have to be like stupid.
Do you call her in the morning?
No, like when she's here visiting and she's like, before she's had her coffee, it's like, don't fucking talk to Sam.
I love talking to you, but you do this thing where like, I'll be on my phone. It's like, what are you looking at?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm texting with someone.
It's like,
who are you texting?
Are you like, playing a game or?
Why does it even fucking matter?
We could just, totally ignore. I'll just totally ignore you.
I'm not saying
totally. I don't know.
I'm not saying ignore.
I don't know how to handle this problem, Josh. Maybe you should move out. Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm looking for a place.
You're looking for a place. You've probably already found a place.
Yeah, but I'm like waiting. I'm waiting for him to. I'm waiting for the apartment manager.
Tell me they could put a dishwasher in for me.
I'm waiting for the apartment manager to be like, okay, it's done, because it had to be redone. Yeah. And every day that goes by that he doesn't call me to tell me that, I'm thinking, is he trying to out from under me, kind of slinky dink this?
No, the guy said he'd love to have you come back.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I mean, I don't know why you would think that. You just understand he's working with work people.
I know. But
contractors and work people are not usually. I mean, they run into problems, and who the hell knows? I mean, he's going to try to put a dishwasher in.
I need that dishwasher. These hands are sensitive little paws.
I know. Sense of paws.
Hockey's back.
Yes.
Lots of hockey. You don't even care.
When it gets down to it, right now, it's like teams that I don't particularly. I mean, you know me, during the regular hockey season, do I watch a lot of other teams playing? Even in the playoffs. I mean, I'll watch the Stanley Cup finals, but I don't know, the playoffs, it's difficult for me because there's some teams I could give a crap about, and there's other teams that I just hate.
Who do you hate? Hate's a very strong word, by the way.
Chicago, Calgary,
okay,
San Jose, okay, Anaheim, Las Vegas. Shall I go on? Just about anybody in our conference, everybody is in our Western Division.
So you're not
Pacific.
Watching, is what you're saying?
No, I haven't. No, I have seen some stuff because you've been having it on. I mean, every time you walk in the room, you say, "Hockey's on.
Hockey's back."
It's like they got 5 fucking games on every day.
I'm over there like, "Welcome back, boys," and you're like, "I don't care."
Well, my team's not playing either. My feeling about the hockey
Winnipeg's
season.
playing.
Winnipeg.
Isn't that your team?
No, that's not my team.
Calgary?
No.
Dallas.
Vancouver.
Vallis.
No. No, I wish they had just let the season go. I mean, I can say that because our team was not playoff contention.
Including the Stanley Cup playoffs? Or would you have
we just don't have a winner this year. Just go back and start, because now we're not starting regular season till what, December?
I think so.
Yeah.
You think on the cup they should have just left
a little space?
They should have embroidered, or
they could just put COVID
2019, 2020, and then just left it blank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Due to COVID.
So we haven't podcasted for a few weeks. Things have been, schedules have been hectic. I've been trying to do more in this second round of lockdown.
I've been a bitch.
I see you're putting words in my mouth, or you're just putting
that's right. I'm not
words
a bitch.
coming out of your mouth.
Just
I don't think
annoying.
you're a bitch. You're just been really annoying.
I've been really annoying, folks. I don't know how that's possible. But
Exactly, because you're a saint.
what's his name was here today. I was really annoying to him too.
Yeah,
So
and that's when you know it's not just me.
I think what it is, it's the lockdown thing. It's,
So
I mean, it's just, it's just still, it's weird. But go
So
ahead.
so what I was going to say was, and that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you was how, because we're kind of in a, for all intents and purposes, a second wave or phase of lockdown a little bit, How do you feel like this differs from the first time?
There's more traffic on the road. People are still going out. People are still doing stuff. They're doing stuff outside. I don't go out during the day and see that the traffic is considerably less, that there's less people on the streets. I think people are trying to adjust to the situation and still go out. I just find it very, discouraging because, it's like everything has to be fucking planned and, do I really want to go there? Like I just ordered cups from Costco and paid $9 to have them delivered. That's not, normally I just go to Costco, but it's like, do I want to take the chance and take the risk? I don't know.
I don't know. So how do you feel like it's different? Do you just feel like because there's just more people doing things this go around?
I don't think it's I think, because it's not a total lockdown like it was before.
No.
So, what do you think?
For me, because I'm out of work again, but for me, I've tried to, the first go round, it was very,
stay at home-ish.
well, yeah, there was like the stay at home order, but I felt like it was very, like, I need to be home and that's all I can do. And it was almost kind of like traumatic in a way because it was like, it got to a point for me, I was like kind of afraid to go out. I didn't, and no one really knew and no one still knows. But this time around, I have this bubble of essentially 3 friends that I see, and
they see 3 friends and so on and so on and so on.
Trying to like be active and going on hikes or working out and doing things, bettering myself rather than just sitting and, eating fucking ice cream for every meal out of the day.
Well, I don't think you ever really did that.
I was eating a lot of ice cream when the first.
I noticed you bought some a couple weeks ago. It hasn't even been open.
Boom. See? These muscles aren't going to get fit on ice cream. Look at that. Huh?
Wow. It looks like you've been working out. No, I don't want to kiss your arm muscle. Thank you.
Is that what you call it?
The arm muscle. The forearm muscle.
God, you're disgusting.
The upper arm muscle. Also known as muscles.
So you talked to, did we cover that you talked to Maxine? Yeah, we said that, right?
Well, yeah, but I didn't tell you what's going on. She had the COVID.
Maxine had the COVID.
Maxine had the COVID back before it was even popular.
She had it was named after her. Maxovid.
Maxovid. Yeah, apparently she got it at the beginning of March. She said she was horribly sick. She went to the hospital. I guess they wanted to admit her and she didn't want to be admitted. So
does she know how she got it? And then when she got sick, she was like, oh, I have it. Like, I'm fucked.
Well, again, it was kind of before, it was the beginning of March, so it was kind of new. And she said like when she went to the hospital, like everybody was in like hazmat suits and, it was kind of before.
Yeah, I feel like
they had established,
I feel like if you get the COVID, you definitely did not want to get it in March. Like, I feel like that was like a bad time to get it.
Yeah, it was.
And now I feel like, you still don't want it. It seems like we're living in a world in which everybody's going to get it, but, I feel like they've learned a little bit more, not a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like, it changes all the time. We'll get into it, but, just the things we should be doing or shouldn't be doing or how we can transmit it, how we can't transmit it. These are all still, to me, in my book, pretty much unknowns. Maxine says she hasn't left the house in weeks. So, since
March.
Yeah, since she got sick. She's walked I hope she took the dog out because she's got a dog.
There's like a pile of poop in the corner.
Yeah, in the corner of the house. It's like one of those hoarding homes,
Dog Mom of the Year award goes to Maxine, just letting her dog poop in the corner.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't do that. And she says she's walked to the where she lives. She's walked to pick up her mail, but besides that, she hasn't gone out. She's ordered groceries in. She's still afraid, even though she had it. I'm thinking at least if you had it and you got over it, that you might have some antibodies for a week or so. Maybe not. I don't know.
She missed the window of time when she could have gone out and party.
Now she's got to stay in because she's probably susceptible to it again. Exposure. So anyway, it was nice talking to her. I feel bad that she had it. I'm glad that she survived it for sure. And she didn't know that my car got stolen, and so that means she hasn't really been listening to us.
Weird, Maxine. Strange.
I know. What's up with you, Maxine?
Some would think that you have nothing but time right now.
I know. What the fuck? And I found out she's a late night upper.
Well, obviously, if she's looking up my mental mess, my mental health, my messy mouth.
My messy mouth?
my messy MILF.
That's gross. My messy MILF?
Yeah, that's a whole different
show, yeah. I want to start that one.
Well, I'm glad
she was going to do a podcast. She suggested to her son that they do a podcast.
Oh, good idea, Maxine. I wonder where you got that from.
No, but it was before ours.
I bet it was, yeah.
Oh. He didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure she was
but he's worked for SpaceX, Elon Musk. She's the one who told me that he said that Elon Musk is an ass.
I'm sure.
And I'm not afraid to say that on the airways.
Our podcast literally just goes black, just the whole house powers down.
I know, and your car explodes. There goes our home and our neighbor's home.
Yeah, you better, Maxine listened to one episode, and she do you know her son's name? Do you know what his name is?
Corey.
She listened to one episode of us. And she was like, wow, that's great. And she's like, hey, Corey. Hey, it's your mom, Maxine. Yeah, I was just thinking off the top of my head, maybe we could do a podcast together. Maybe me and you, we could call it, I don't know, maybe My Mom Maxine. I don't know, just something crazy.
My Mom Maxine sounds good, doesn't it? My Mom Max.
Maxie the mom.
I like that.
Okay. Well, maybe you can start one with her.
Yeah, well, we'll have to maybe we'll have her on for
I would love to have her on if we knew where the headphone splitter was that you misplaced.
I used them and I can't remember what I did with them after that.
It's not two. It's just one. It's a headphone splitter.
Yeah. See, I don't even know what the fuck it is, but I lost it somehow. I think you used it in your room. I think you used it when you did something with somebody.
What was I doing?
I don't know. Something with Zach, that video you put together.
What video?
Of you drumming.
Nope, didn't need the headphone splitter.
Okay, what about when you're going to do your music with Grant?
Nope. No real purpose for a headphone splitter other than the podcast.
I don't have one either, to be honest.
We both had one, and now it's gone.
No, I mean, I don't have a purpose for one.
Well, yeah, you did. It was the podcast, and it was so people could call in and we could both hear them.
You know what? Fucking kill me. Where's the gun?
Shoot
me
Get
now.
The gun out.
Put me out of my misery because I can't live like this anymore.
Did you hear about Brittney Spears?
No.
Really?
Yeah, what happened to Brittney Spears?
So there's a big thing where she apparently, so there's a conservatorship?
Conservatorship?
Yeah.
Yes.
That has been in effect for years.
Yeah, her father takes care of her money or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But now they're saying that she's being held prisoner. And
get out.
And there's these videos on her Instagram that are spaced out weeks, but she always has the same outfit on.
Yeah.
And she's always against the same wall.
Yeah.
And what's funny was the last one was I don't know, maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. And with everything, all the crazy shit going on in the world, we've got the fucking coronavirus pandemic, we've got this election coming up, we've got
vote by mail.
Yeah, just all these things, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, and she's has a little Instagram video up, and she goes, "Hey," and she sounds weird. There's something she just sounds off.
She's stressed, somebody's holding her hostage.
She sounds almost
maybe she's on drugs. Go ahead.
Maybe she is she almost has this she doesn't sound because she's got to be 40 something now.
I don't know. It's so weird because when I think of Britney Spears, I think of a young woman.
Yeah, she's like old now.
I know,
but she like still has that like weird like little child voice.
Yeah,
and she kind of like all her mannerisms are still like it's almost like she didn't. Like she aged, but it's like you're still looking. You're talking to like a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, yeah.
And she goes, so she goes, hey, so I, I've been getting a lot of questions on the Instagram, and I just thought I would answer some of them. So first off, my favorite color. Well, my favorite color is blue, and people wanted to know what my favorite song is, and I mean, really, I think of my favorite song of all time, but the favorite song that I've done is "Toxic," because I really like my dance moves in the video. And everyone wants to know, I've been getting this asked a lot, what my favorite movie is. And my favorite movie is Frozen because I just love the cartoon. I love the animation.
Who the fuck's asking her all this stuff?
Right. That's what everyone was like, what the fuck is this?
Who cares? Her fan club woke up or something? We finally get to meet again as a Britney Spears fan club.
Fucking strange.
Now we have to ask her questions because we're afraid for her.
So what the conspiracy...
I love we have conspiracy theories about everything, but yeah, go ahead.
So what they're saying is that she is, that whoever is like filming the video is like, oh, Brittney, like Brittney doesn't know that we're like in a pandemic. She doesn't know like any of this. And they're like, hey, Brittney, so we're getting some fan questions today about maybe your favorite color. Do you want to answer some of those? And then they just like, will be like, hey, so all these fans, and like no one's asking these questions.
Yeah. So who's filming the video?
Nobody knows.
So what does that have to do with the conservatorship?
Well, they're saying that like the conservatorship turned into like her being held prisoner. Like she's not like allowed out. But then she also like is dating this guy who like, I guess like her kids can't see her. And she's dating this like.
Why can't her kids see her?
I think
she's crazy. Is that really true?
Yeah. You gotta look it up.
She's really crazy?
I'm not.
She used to be crazy.
I'm not on
Why
this,
wouldn't she be crazy
I'm not
now?
on this podcast to say who is and who is not crazy. That's not my job.
Wink, wink.
Okay.
Yeah.
My job is simply to supply the information to the fans.
Wink, wink.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, Brittney Spears.
Okay, well that's interesting. It is a little bit off the COVID topic for sure.
I know. So let's get back on COVID. We're about 18 minutes in, so we got a solid 30 to 40 minutes to go down the COVID track.
The COVID trail. The trail.
Wasn't that a game? COVID? That was an old computer game. The COVID Trail?
The COVID Trail?
Oregon Trail. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Totally wrong one.
They probably took that out of the history books, too. Just wipe the Oregon Trail away. We don't like it.
The actual Oregon Trail or the video game?
The actual Oregon Trail.
I was referring to the video game.
I think we should just, if it's really a trail, we should just, trample all the stuff down and make it untrailable anymore. Trailable. That's right.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
So anyway, it was nice talking to my friend Maxine. I'm hoping that we can, reconnect on a more permanent basis. I still have to call my friend Ellie in New York. Haven't done that yet.
You should.
I spent 3 hours with Maxine on the phone, so it was like I had to go from. I have a landline, so I had to go from this phone to when that ran out of batteries. I had to go to the other one, then I had to plug this one back in, and then from that one I had to go back to this one again. So.
This is the time to do it, reconnect.
I know, and then it's tough for us people that are a bit older that, that don't go out much too, because you really, I don't know. It's just, my life is not normal as yours is. Well,
but see, that's the issue though, right? Is that nobody's life is normal right now.
I know.
Right? So.
But mine's less normal than yours.
Well,
at least you're going out and doing stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm seeing 2 or 3 people.
I have one person in my bubble.
No,
I have you.
You have what's his name?
Yeah.
And then you have neighbor Nancy.
Yeah, neighbor Nancy came Wednesday. It was really nice. She brought me some great homegrown tomatoes. Yum yum. And she brought El Pollo Loco, so we had lunch.
Crazy chicken.
I know, crazy chicken. And it was just nice. It was nice to be around somebody like normal life again.
Yeah.
That's rare,
Well, I think I had said something to you the first time that I went to go see my friend Mike, and we had dinner together, and it was that thing of this is the most normal I have felt in months.
Yeah.
Is being able to sit down at a table with someone who's not my mom.
And doesn't have a mask on.
And doesn't have a mask on and be able to eat a meal together.
Yeah.
And just talk and whatever. But Yeah, I mean, I think that this is going to kind of be the norm for a little bit now, and I think that it's...
Yeah, neighbor Nancy says 6 more months. She thinks we need to protect ourselves for 6 more months. Well, her son is actually, can't remember the Takata. Is that what it was?
I'm not sure. Is this classified information that maybe we shouldn't be talking about on the podcast?
Well, no, he's part of a group that works for a company that is
He's literally going to get shot when you start talking about it. He's going to be taken.
He's not going to be taken. It's not like top fucking secret. It's not like a military operation.
Here we go. Sorry, Gregory.
Gregory neighbor Nancy neighbors Gregory. No, he works for a company, I won't say where, but not in
I think
California.
You pretty much just said it.
No.
Takata?
No, I don't know that that's the name of the company. That just came to my mind. I thought maybe that was, but I don't think that's really it. But it's not in the state. It's out of state.
Now you're like
anyway, he's working on a therapeutic, which would be a not a vaccine, but a medications that can be used once you get the disease, like hydroxychloroquine. Which, by the way, if I get it, I'm hoping that they can give that to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still see the information about hydroxychloroquine that sometimes it says, it's like
spelling it out.
You read one thing that says this is helping, and then you read a whole other article and it's like this is not helping.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if it was, try it or die, I think I'd rather try it. A lot of people do that with like cancer treatments. They're not approved. They're not FDA approved. They're not, approved by anybody, but it's like...
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that...
It's like, again, if that's my choice or die, I think I'd rather take it.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, if I was on my deathbed and it's like, hey, look, this is...
Hey, you heard about the doctors that came out like last week and they did like a whole summit on the COVID-19 and they touched on the hydroxychloroquine and their experience with it has been good. And they said that.
But see, that's like...
And then their whole summit, their whole thing was taken down. It was on YouTube. Took down by YouTube because YouTube thought they were, I don't know, passing false information. See, I guess that matters.
But that's a big problem though, right? Is that what we keep seeing, and I just saw this interesting video from this doctor who, I think she's down in Florida, but she was saying that like, all these doctors who had, in the past, they had these like medical journals and these medical publications that they could go to and turn to. She's like, we've been left high and dry. So the issue is that you have some doctors and some groups that are like, yes, the remdesivir or the hydroxychloroquine is effective in, in helping the COVID battle. And then you have some doctors and other groups who are like, no, these are our studies with it. We don't know. It doesn't seem to be helping. The other problem is that no one can even figure out still to this day why it hits some people so fucking hard and other people not so hard.
I know.
I mean, if the truth of the matter is that everyone was like, all right, so look, what is this? This is going to be...
We're all going to get it.
We're all going to get it, but hey, guess what? It's just going to be... You're going to have a fever, you're going to lose your taste and smell, and in 10 days, shit's going to come... Fever's going to go away and your taste and smell...
By the way, Maxine said that she did lose her taste and smell, and her taste is slow to come back. Even after, this long a period. It's been like 3 months, so... again, everybody's experience is different.
I just read an article that said...
Did your friends who had it, did they get their taste and smell back?
Yeah, they got it back. Yeah. Almost right when, the symptoms and stuff went away, like 10, 14 days. But I read an article just recently that said that there was a study that found that there should be no reason as to why your taste and smell should not come back from COVID. That they had looked into it more and... but that's a fucking problem, right? It's like you have one end of the spectrum, which is this is this fucking horrible thing and people are dying and they can't breathe and there's mold growing on lungs and, lungs of a 40-year-old person look like lungs of like a 180-year-old and no one can figure that out. And then on the other side, you have
people who are sitting out at their pool.
Yeah, you have people who are like sunbathing and they have, I got the COVID. I'm going on vacation for 10 days.
I got 14 days off for work. Like, Yahoo.
Man, this is insane.
I know. I don't know. That's weird.
And I think that I look at, exactly going back to what you were talking about, which is like this normal of like, you're not allowed to do, older people are not allowed to do anything. But it's like, you could make plans with, someone like Maxine. You'd have to go get tested, and then you'd have to make sure that you don't do anything, But I think that we're going to start to see, especially if this goes on for longer, we're going to start to kind of see that thing of like, okay, I got tested, you got tested, we're both negative. Now we can hang out.
We got a 24-hour window or 48-hour window before it's possible that, I mean, like what's his name just went to UCLA last week to have his eyes checked, and he couldn't believe all the people that were so close to him. I'm like, well, of course they have to be close to you. They're working on your eyes, for God's sakes. But having said that, I don't know, eyes, mouth, nose, all areas where transmission can occur. I mean, I have to go to a dentist. I don't know what the fuck to do about that. I don't even know if my dentist is working. And then on top of that, it's like, when they start working on your teeth, like you go for a teeth cleaning and it stirs up all the bacteria in your mouth. It goes through your whole system. That's why like people with like heart problems and stuff, oftentimes have to take antibiotics when they go to the dentist. Like they'll take it like one before they go and one later, or, day before, whatever. But so you go for just a teeth cleaning and, you're stirring up all this bacteria. Well, you're in this room. All that bacteria is flying through the room. The dentist has got a mask on, so maybe he's protected. But now what about the person in the other room next to you whose germs are all flying all over the place? Again, the dentist is protected, but you don't have a mask on. Unless they make a mask that's mouthless.
I think that does
a mouthless mask for the dentist.
Look, there's a lot of that kind of stuff happening now. And again, it goes back to what we were saying, which is like trying to navigate what you had talked about with Nancy, is trying to navigate this whole new normal of, can I see my friends? Can I go to the dentist? Can I pick up food? Can I, and what is your comfort level? What is the risk benefit level of the activities you're willing to do?
Well, look at a couple months ago, you and I didn't even want to eat food out, right?
No, look, I still think it's funny that, and I just saw this somewhere online, but it was a photo of a hairstylist doing somebody's hair in a salon, and they both have masks on.
Yeah.
I think the hairstylist had gloves on, and it was like there was no one around them. Right?
Yep.
And then there was like disinfectant spray that, they'd used in between clients. And it says, "This is not okay." And then it showed another picture of like 6 people at a table outside laughing and like spitting in each other's faces, eating food. And they're like, this is okay. I've always thought that the restaurant thing and the, you don't know, it goes back to, you don't know who's preparing your food. You don't know what they woke up with. You don't know if, who's sneezing in the back room.
Coughing on your food.
You just don't know. You just don't know.
I know. I tell you, one thing I have not had since all this, and I almost feel like if you have cooked food, it's almost better, especially like if you bring it home and throw it in the microwave for 20 seconds, you're cooking any germs and bacteria out. But like raw, like a Subway sandwich or something where it's just all veggies. I mean, even you've been kind of weird about the veggies that, like, you won't eat tomatoes now.
Well, it's not,
or apples. You're not buying apples.
I'm not buying, it's not that I won't eat. The sirens are on our end, by the way. Because sometimes you're like listening to a podcast while you're in the car and then you hear sirens and you're like, oh my God, there's a cop.
Oh my God, there's somebody's coming.
I don't feel, it's weird now in this world that we're living in to go and you go to the grocery store and you see, 7,500 apples sitting out. And it's like, well, how many fucking hands have touched these?
And who's coughed on these today?
And then I take it home and I'm just supposed to rinse it with some water?
I know.
So yeah, I haven't.
Well, they do have sprays that you can buy for cleaning your fruits and veggies, but now you got soap all over them. You could just wash them with some antibacterial dish soap.
I just start taking the Dawn super sprayer to it.
There you go. That's perfect. Oh yeah, you should talk about that.
Incredible.
Talk about that. What is it?
Dawn. What the fuck it is? The Dawn Power Wash?
Power Wash.
Is that what it is?
So, yeah, like Power
Dawn
Wash.
Platinum Power Wash. Holy shit.
I think it's crazy.
Fucking changed the game.
I mean, you get so many bubbles in the sink that it's like 6 inches of bubbles.
That you know your shit's clean. It's basically like it's one of those cool, like it's like I use them for work, but it's these like water sprayers that they spray out in like a mist, but it's Dawn dish soap in it. And I saw it at Target and I was like, well, that looks incredible. So I got it. And you literally, if the dish or the glass is not soiled, is not heavily soiled,
just one squirt,
you just you give it a little and you let it bubbles up, you rinse it off, done. We had an experiment the other day. My friend Peter had come over, shout out Peter, and I don't even know if he listens anymore, but we'd made a drink and he goes, oh, I wear all this chapstick.
Oh, that's right.
Because I wear all this fucking chapstick.
So it's going to be on the
it's going to be, you're going to see so many lip marks on the.
You can't possibly
You can't get it off with just a spray.
But you sprayed the fucking half a bottle of that.
But did I get the chapstick off?
You sure did.
Did I have to scrub it?
No, you did not.
If you guys go to dawn.com and mention my mom Sandy, you're going to get 10%. No, you're not.
You won't get anything.
You won't get anything.
But it's kind of it's kind of nice to hear somebody's used the product.
It's
in
great.
case other people see it at the grocery store, they'll be like,
I think it is.
Oh yeah.
It is far easier to wash, because my reason for buying it was that I'm going to be moving into a place that potentially does not have a dishwasher. And I was like, if I can get away with not having to like fucking scrub everything, like if you just have a glass, you got to fucking put the soap in it. You got to do the fucking the thing with the sponge. Yeah. You can just give it a couple spritzes and just rinse it. It's fucking great.
How much does it cost? Is it pricey?
I think it was $35.
Okay, $35. Then you're going to go through that bottle and what? I mean, if you were washing your dishes every day,
it's not $35.
Okay, I know that.
To be honest, I didn't even look at the price. I was so enthused with what I was like. Look at this
Look
at this product. It's called Power Wash.
You know, I have Nancy Neighbor's power washer in the garage. You
want to use that on the dishes?
No, I want to use it on the outside of the house.
Let's use it on the dishes.
You should help me. I know. See, I feel like, isn't it Henny Penny?
Who?
Henny Penny.
Henny Penny?
Yes.
What's the plural of Henny Penny?
Head-eye, pen-eye.
Which is also the plural of penis.
Pete-eye, that's right. There
Pen-eye,
you go.
pen-eye.
Pen-eye, pen-eye. No, like nobody wants to help me do anything.
Oh, you're right, because I have not helped you do anything.
Well, I want to power wash the outside of the house and the patio there, and, it's just like, I don't know. It just doesn't get done.
I don't see what's funny is that I think one of the big issues is you say no one wants to help me do anything. It's not me not wanting to help you do it. It becomes me doing it.
Fine by me.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a problem for you?
Exactly.
Is that a problem?
No, let's do it. Should we do it now? It's 10:58 on Sunday night. Should we plug in the power washer and see what happens? She would.
We might wake up the neighbors. We probably should have done it last week when they weren't here.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
let's go
if
plug
we
it
wake
in.
them up, it's no big deal.
It'll be like a water show.
They pounce on the wall every now and again.
They do.
So,
they have a fucking bowling alley in their living room.
That's right. That's the fucking closet. That wall backs up right in that corner to their walk-in closet.
That's weird.
I know, we hear some weird noises from our neighbors. They have a 6-year-old boy.
You think
I'm thinking he's like walking on the wall or something.
I think they're doing it in the closet.
Doing it in the closet?
Like kind of like a kinky, like let's get away.
Maybe the bed is like right here, and maybe the
we're hearing
just travels. I don't know. It's weird.
All right, we're 30 minutes in. What else you got for me?
Dr. Fauci says we should now be wearing goggles.
So you told me that the other day. I tried to look that up. I could not find anything of that.
Yeah, and what's interesting, well, look it up again.
Okay.
Or maybe Google took it down because they don't like that either. I don't know. The interesting part is that he did say that that goggles would probably be good, that eye covering would be good, a face shield if you have it, or goggles. But the interesting part is that somebody asked him at one point about like hooking up with some stranger.
Hooking up?
Yeah, hooking up, like having sex.
Oh, okay.
Like if you met somebody on a dating app and you wanted to meet up and then go back to their place and, have sex. And he said, well, something like, like you just have to figure out if it's worth the risk. I'm not going to tell you not to have sex with a stranger, but I'm going to tell you to wear goggles.
So there's a problem that I have with all this stuff. Because, sorry, I'm just making notes here.
And he wants to abolish the handshake.
There was, which is fine. I don't think we're going to get
Maybe
back
we
to
can abolish the hug, too.
I like hugging.
Or the high five? Or the elbow knock?
I mean, okay, so there's
I just won't talk to anybody anymore.
There's different, yeah. This is it.
No greetings.
So there's different like levels to this, right? Which is, he has been very adamant about, and I think Dr. Fauci's a good guy, but he's been very adamant about.
Did you hear Brad Pitt got nominated for a Oscar or something? I don't know. He got nominated for some award because he played Dr. Fauci for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's great.
Maybe it was an Emmy then. Is that what they are? Emmys on TV?
It could be. But it's like, all right, so there's all these things we had to close, which I've always said, totally okay with it. But let's not pick and choose. Let's just close everything. Like, if everything's dangerous, let's just close everything, right? You can't just be like, well, you can't do haircuts, but you can go out to your favorite restaurant and have drinks all day and eat, right? Like, to me, that just seems weird. So then,
well, even like the voting thing, like they think that's, like we can't go to a voting poll.
I wouldn't want to go to a voting.
Why? You go to a fucking grogrocery store, you stand in line at a grocery store,
yeah, but
6 feet apart.
But you
got a glove on.
I don't know.
You sanitize your hands out. I would prefer to vote at a poll than mail in a vote.
I would prefer to mail in my vote. Okay. And you look at the size of some of these rooms, and it's like big enough to fit maybe 10 people in. Grocery stores are like huge,
Oh no, I don't know. We usually, the last one we went to the school, it was pretty
tiny.
big.
It was not pretty big. Maybe 20 people in there. Then you had the fucking line. The guy behind us was like humping my ass the whole time. He couldn't wait to get in.
He was the one that had the Corona hangover. Remember? That was right when Corona started.
So my issue with the whole Dr. Fauci thing is I would prefer him to say, do not have sex with whatever, right? Like I told, like a couple episodes ago, I talked about how there was that article I read that was like, don't, if you want to have sex, put a condom on, but just don't kiss. And I was just like, what?
Wear a mask. Do a doggy style.
But like he was asked about the protests.
Yes.
And he was like, well, it's crowds lead to acquisition and transmission of the virus. And there's some like fucking pain in the dick Republican congressman that was asking him, well, so should the protest be, should we make it so that people can't protest? And he's like, well, that's not, I can't say yes or no. And it's just like, well, come on. Like,
I know.
You're the leading infectious disease expert. We're looking to you for these fucking answers. If you need to say, hey, protests are a bad idea.
I mean, I see that answer.
And not that people shouldn't protest, but maybe right now is not the best time to be getting out and protesting.
Well, maybe right now, maybe, when they all started doing it at the end of May, maybe that wasn't the right time to do it either.
Wait, protest or sex?
Protest.
Got it. But like right now is probably not look, I'll say it. Right now is probably not the best time to go meet strangers and take them home and have sex with them. Probably not the best time to do that right now.
No, I would think not. No, and I don't think it's a good time to protest. I know it's like if you're gonna say it's bad or it's good, then you need to be consistent with what you're saying, number one, and number two, don't let politics interfere with it. I mean, it's not politically correct to say that maybe protesting isn't a good idea right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
we can close the churches and we can close everything else, but we're still going to let people out on the street, arm to arm. They may have masks on, but they're very close. They may be outside, but again, they're very close, and there's a lot of them. And I don't know. I just don't think that's okay.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems with this whole COVID thing is that at some point it turned political, and I just don't think that it should have ever turned political. I think it should have been strictly a health crisis. We should have dealt with it in a health crisis, a medical way. Let's talk about the facts. Let's talk about medical facts that have to do with COVID, and let's figure out how to fucking get the numbers down and beat this thing. Rather than everyone kind of being like, well, I can't really say this because, and that's
well, there are still a lot of unknowns about the disease. Having said that, I mean, even Dr. Fauci's, even he's come out and said that he lied about the mask situation in the beginning by saying it wasn't, we shouldn't wear masks. Well, he told us that so that we wouldn't all go out and buy them, so that they'd have them for medical personnel.
Well, so that's the other thing.
But that's fucked up. I mean, so you're going to pick a medical person's life as more important than mine? How dare you make that decision?
The whole. I
mean, they probably are, but
this
how dare you make that decision?
Has been blundered. Is that a word? Blundered. This is a blunder. Is that? Am I using that correctly? Blunder.
Sure, why not?
This has been. Good. This has been.
What's the plural of blunder?
Blundai. Blunderai.
Blunderai.
The way that this has been handled has been absolutely atrocious. I think that we have, as a country, we have fucked up beyond belief, and that is why all these numbers are soaring in all these states all across the country. And it sucks. It sucks to watch it. It's fucking embarrassing. It was embarrassing back in March when people are fucking dying and they're interviewing 20-something-year-olds who are going, I got to go to Florida for spring break. I'm doing my spring break vacation. And it's fuck is wrong with you? And that's what I'm saying, is that it is so fucking embarrassing at this point. We have been completely fucking shut down to pretty much the rest of the fucking world. We can't travel. We can't. I mean, not that I want to go.
And the rest of the world is shut down to us as well. And on top of that, I just heard that there's a lot of countries like Japan, for instance, that thought they had it under control, and now they're spiking in cases again. So why is that? I don't know. Are they demonstrating there as well? Are they protesting there?
So that's the thing, is that you have to imagine with
in Germany,
all this shit that's coming out, it sucks to say this, and I've talked to a couple friends about this, and every time I say it, I'm like, man, it just sounds so insensitive. I don't mean it that way, but it really does just seem like this is something that just everyone's going to get, and some people are going to die, and some people are going to live, and it sucks. It sucks that that's the way that this has to be, but it just seems like that's the way that this is going, Well,
that may be it. Yep, that may very well be it.
All right, 42 minutes. What else you got for me?
I just want to make a comment about voting by mail.
Oh, here we go.
Well, listen.
Give it to us. So
I'm all for everybody voting.
So just for the record, the state of California, do not think that you think that the vote by mail thing is a mess. You think this is not a good idea?
Already it's a mess, because we got these wonderful forms, not one for each one of us who lives in the house, but two. So already there's a fucking problem, right? They can't even get that straight. But here's what the form says.
Don't read the whole form, though. You're not going to read the whole thing.
Is this still your address? If yes, no action is needed. But if not your address, please check one of the boxes and sign and return the card. So you check the box that says the person named above no longer lives at this address, or I no longer live this address, and then you fill in the address where you normally live.
We're not where you normally live, but
where you live now.
Okay, so
and then you sign it, and it says, "Please sign and return the card." And it says that they're going to verify your signature with the voter registration.
Okay, so what's the problem with all that?
If I don't live here, how will I even get this form?
Well, maybe the person who lives in the house then calls up the old person and goes, "Here, I got your voter form."
See, now I got a form for my sister-in-law, which I should not have gotten. I don't know why. She never lived here.
Remember back in wasn't she here for an extended period of time back in 86?
In 86, no, she was not.
Didn't my cousin Brian come with his mom and they stayed with us for a little bit?
I don't trust.
Me and cousin Brian used to camp out in the backyard.
Now I have to send this to her so she can fill this out. I can't fill it out for her. I can't sign her name.
You could sign her name. Call her on the phone. She'll guide you how to.
I'm going to call them tomorrow and see if they got one. My brother and his wife, and see if they got forms at their house. The problem is this.
Maybe she has one with your name on it.
I live here, it requires no action. But if I don't live here, it requires an action. If I don't live here, what action could I possibly take? Because I don't even know this is coming from me.
You said the other day that the reason that they were living at your mom's.
If you're going to try, wait.
No, just listen. They were living at your mom's.
No, they weren't living at their mom's. But they were using my mother's house
address.
As their address.
Right. So then you have all the mail being forwarded here from your mom's house. No, and that's why that's here.
No, prior to that, my brother.
Thank you very much.
No, prior to that, my brother filled out a change of address for him and his wife. Unfortunately, not only thank you, U.S. Postal Service, because you guys fucking suck. You, not only did you forward my brother's mail and his wife's mail to his house, but my other brother, who's now deceased, got forwarded there. And my other brother, who lives in New Zealand, got forwarded there.
What about your other brother?
That's all I have.
Are you sure?
Okay. I have an other brother. So everything got forwarded there. And the problem is that now that, like, for instance, my brother who passed away, he had an IRA account, and I didn't know who the beneficiaries were on the IRA account. So I had to go to Chase Bank and find out. But it was quite an ordeal because the statements that I had were now my brother in Orange County's address.
Your other brother.
My other brother.
Got it.
The other brother. So now it was like, and they won't change it back to, you know.
Do you think the people listening are as confused as I am about this?
Well, you know how many brothers I have.
I know, but I'm still having a hard time following.
The other brother, and the other. There's only
brother,
3 of them.
My brother had an IRA account, and then the beneficiary was the other brother. And then he got that sent, but then they came back to the other brother.
I know. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that the post office should have forwarded all of her mail to her address in Orange County. I have not gotten any of her mail now ever at this house except this voter registration thing. And now I have to call them because I may have to stick a fucking forever stamp on an envelope and try to mush it up and put it inside and mail it. And on top of that,
you have to use the very people that you dislike.
Exactly. I don't dislike the Postal Service. I just don't think they do a very good job.
I think they do a great job. There's been a lot of times when I've ordered stuff and it comes a day before it actually is even supposed to come. And I'm like, wow, way to go, USPS.
Would that be USPS,
oh, yeah,
USPS or UPS?
No, I mean everybody, but they all work for the USPS.
All right, well, I can't tell you how many times. Number one, we had identity theft from a bill that got mailed at the post office to the gas company. Never got to the gas company, but somebody picked it up and whitewashed the check and used the account. We had to change the account. I had to take my mom to Social Security. People don't realize when they commit crimes like that, the turmoil they cause in others' lives.
I think they actually do realize that.
I don't think they do.
You think they're just like, oh, no one's going to even notice?
I think they think, hey, I need $800, so I'm going to whitewash this check and go cash it and take my $800.
Speaking of whitewashing checks, you're about to buy a new car.
I'm looking for a new car. What a fucking piece of crap job that is.
What, trying to find a car?
Yeah.
I think it's fun car shopping.
Well, if you have a bunch of money, maybe.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm looking for a Honda CR-V.
You guys hear that? Anyone got a hookup?
Yeah, and nobody even hooked us up with 409, so.
Oh. We have 409. It's literally being delivered to the house. I got a text message yesterday from our friend Bonnie, who lives back east. She said that she found some out there in the boonies. And
You're full of
I
shit.
swear to God. You just wait when it fucking comes, Bonnie. If you're still listening, we're going to turn Sandy into a fucking believer.
Seriously?
So,
she said we got 409 for you?
Yeah. She sent me a text asking for my address, which I thought was weird because, I mean, she's like a friend and a client, but I was just like, are you coming to the house? Like, what are you doing?
Are you paying us a visit?
It's like,
because we're right in the middle of a pandemic, in case you didn't know.
But then...
Is this Bonnie? Is this the same one that did these?
Yeah. Did the pens.
That did the pens.
Bonnie's a fucking rock star.
We will never run out of pens in our house.
In fact, if you guys want pens, just shoot us an email.
But we should have guests and we can give them the pens.
We can't have guests. We're in a pandemic.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
But anyway, she asked if you had gotten any 409, and I said that I bought you a couple, like, imitation 409s.
Yeah.
And then she said she found some and that she was going to put it in a box and send it to us.
Oh, wow.
So,
God, thank you, Bonnie. That's so cool. I swear, I have not seen it. I don't, I try to order it online and I can't find it. They have a lot of different ones, so.
Oh, God. Hope she sends the right kind.
Like they have like a degreaser, and it looks like they have like industrial type things that you'd use like in restaurants and shit.
Bonnie said she uses Mr. Clean.
Does she?
She's a Mr. Clean gal.
I can't even find that at the store.
Yeah. She always...
I tried last Wednesday. I tried to do grocery pickup to get cleaning products. No, nothing. Thursday I go anyway. Is there anything then? Nope, nothing. It's fucking crazy.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, so, yeah. Well, thank you, Bonnie. That's very cool. So, yeah, maybe somebody does have a Honda CRV out there for us.
It's like all of a sudden, like,
just ship it over. What the hell?
Bonnie shows up in the Honda with 409, like,
I love it.
Bulk cases of 409.
The whole back of the Honda
She's like,
CRV
here you
full
go.
of 409.
She just takes off and walks into the sunset.
Wow, she would be my hero.
She is your hero.
She is my hero.
All right, I got nothing else.
Just so you know, Darcy and Stacy are starting a new show on TLC.
So annoying. Kill me now.
I know. I'm gonna have to watch. It's kind of like a train wreck, but I don't think I'm gonna.
Is that what it's called?
Darcy and Stacy. Yeah.
Kind of like a train wreck.
Yeah, that's the subtitle. Darcy and Stacy, kind of like a train wreck. Smell good?
It smells nice.
Good. That's what I heard your friend said.
What?
I heard your friend said that you smell nice all the time.
Who's my friend?
You're a friend that you work out with.
Oh, he does. His name's Mike. He has a name.
Yeah.
His name's Mike.
Yeah.
He says that I smell very good. A lot of people actually say I smell very good. I've had the handful of people that I've seen recently, like the 2 or 3. They've all called. They said you smell very nice, Josh. I said thank you.
What is it that you use?
I can't say.
Why?
It's because I don't want fucking other people trying to smell like me. This is original shit.
Oh. Is this like a cologne or is it like
Don't worry about what this fuck it is.
Body wash
No. Just you.
Shampoo?
You do you, boo-boo.
I do me. You do you, boo-boo. All right. Very good. Oh, is that it?
Oh, was I supposed to push stop?
I think that was a lie. No, I say that anyway.
Holy shit, you guys caught her in her natural element right there. That's right. 9 times out of 10. That's how she finishes a fucking conversation.
That's the natural end of the conversation for me.
All right, do you want to tell everyone how to find us? No one's going to write us, but do you want to tell everyone how to find us?
Sure. Just look. Just look.
Listen to any other.
Just looking for My Mental Mess, and you'll run into my mom, Sandy, and you can look at the picture and go, I think I know her.
If you guys
I think I know that little boy there.
If you guys really need to get a hold of us, you guys can listen to anywhere from episode 1 to 45.
Well, no, Teresa did contact us, remember?
Oh, yeah, she said she was still listening. That was very nice.
That was
Teresa.
very nice, too, yeah.
But she said she was backed up.
We all get backed up every now and again.
I think, what do they say? Prunes are good for that?
Prunes. Metamucil.
Yeah. Maybe some
ripe bananas.
And when you
berries.
Yeah, and
roughage.
Make sure you drink your
water.
Electrolytes.
Lots of water. Yeah, don't get backed up, Teresa. But thanks for still listening, and thanks for shooting us a little reminder that you're still out there.
Oh, and I got actually something from my cousin Brian. He said it was like a little condescending. Like sent me like a little message. He was like, "Oh, a podcast." And I was like, "Yeah, buddy, things are a little fucking hectic right now."
Oh,
okay?
See, I told you. When we don't do one, we should probably like post something on Instagram. I'm always afraid that people are going to think that we got the coronavirus and we're...
No, if we got that would be the perfect time to do a podcast.
Yeah, Bob's really, I can't breathe.
You tell everyone what we're going through.
If it's a mild case, if I'm in the hospital on a ventilator, I don't think you want to do a podcast there, do you?
I'm like, so what's new, Mom? It's like, shh.
That'll make for a really good podcast.
I'm like, so did you hear the news about Brittney Spears? Turns out she was actually being held captive. Shh.
I love it.
The very end is like a speak and spell. It's like, all right, very good.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Oh boy. Had to get it in, huh?
At least one.
Yep.
At least one outbreak.
Always good.
Okay. Are we done? How do we get in touch with us?
Instagram at My Mom Sandy Podcast. You guys can email us at mymomsandypodcast@gmail.com. If you guys want to call us, my mom's phone number is 310. I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll put that in the notes of the episode, though.
Wink, wink. Really?
And then
call My Mom Sandy at...
Yeah, and then we do a new episode every Tuesday, although we didn't do one for like 2 or 3 weeks because...
I think 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Things were hectic. It's a hectic time.
It's hard to get Josh to commit to a podcast because here's what he says to me.
What do I say?
What are we going to do it on?
I'm just saying, pull a little weight here.
I know, but my feeling is it's kind of like it's kind of like life from the viewpoint of you, my son, and me, your mom. So, you know, I mean, it's nice to do like things that don't pertain to what's going on in the world, but it's also nice to give everybody our so not important opinions.
Well, the other thing
about
is
those
that
things.
you typically, I mean, right now it's 11 o'clock. I would like to be watching Cheers in bed, but typically this
Really?
is
Not Frasier? Just Cheers?
I made a switch about a month ago. I've been going through Cheers.
Your father and I used to watch Cheers all the
I
time.
know. I used to watch it with you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Back in the good old days.
But yeah, so I'm finishing up Cheers, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to go to after that. I go through cycles of nighttime TV.
Go to Mom.
I don't like Mom. I think Mom's actually not funny at all. I think it's a stupid show.
Well, I think you're stupid. I think you're a stupid show.
All right. Well, that's a good way to end it.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'll try not to be as annoying as I normally am.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'll just stay away from you. I won't ask you any questions. See, now, like I said, I feel like I can't ask you anything.
You
so
can ask me
I won't.
things, but
No.
it's I don't like it's like I'm eating ice cream or something, which I don't really even do anymore, and you go, is that vegan?
Well, it doesn't look like it's fucking vegan.
I had that a couple weeks ago. I had that ice cream sandwich.
And I said it looks boring.
Like, oh, that looks fucking boring.
Well, because it's like vanilla ice cream and like vanilla cookie. It's like.
Look at how fucking boring that
But
looks.
it turns out it wasn't. It was a chocolate chip cookie with.
God, are you eating that right? Oh, God. It's fucking boring.
Yeah, I'm a little annoying. But that's okay.
But you were like, had your head like on my shoulder. Oh, is that a, oh, God, that's fucking boring.
Can I have a bite of that? If we weren't in the COVID, I'd take a bite of that.
I know you would.
No.
All right. So we'll see everyone next Tuesday. Be safe.
Be safe.
Stay healthy.
Don't stay healthy. Don't get sick.
Don't go to parties.
Don't go to parties.
Not a good idea.
Wear a mask.
Wear masks.
I don't know about the goggle thing.
Oh, it's
but...
11/11. Make a wish. Make a wish.
Okay.
All right, I made a
Will
wish.
it come
Yeah,
true?
okay. All right.
All right. Very good.